Okay, guys, how you doing? Welcome to week 5. So we've already submitted M5 task 1, right? Just about everybody got that in. We got those in. Got still have some responses. I'll get to those today. But what I want to do is I want to talk about how we're going to submit this front and back cover. Um, there's a couple of errors in this. I'm going to go to M5 learning activities. Actually, I'm going to go straight to M5. See this video right here? This video is saying that you're going to,
Milestone
right
and
here. It's saying that your zine is going to have a front cover, but the front cover and the back cover are not going to be laid out as a spread like your other pages were laid out in spreads. All right, now this is something that I think is an inconsistency in the class, because here it's stating that you're going to be laying out two 6x9 pages next to each other. Okay, so this would be one layout depicting an artist and a quote. Okay, and this would be another, and then they would be put together as a front and a back cover. Now, as we continue in the class and in the task overviews, it doesn't indicate, it says that we're going to go ahead and do this as a spread. For this reason, I find it inconsistent. I'm going to leave it up to you. Okay, I want to show you what to do if you want to do it as a spread, but I also want to show you how to impose your pages and how to take a look at this if you want to print your booklets. Okay, so what I've done here is I've made this little file here, and I've also created this little kind of dummy booklet. Okay, it's got the 8 pages. Okay, here's the front cover. You got the F on it, and then 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5 center spread, 6 and 7, and then the back cover. So I want you guys to build a little dummy like this. Okay, since these are going to be print double-sided in spreads, it's just basically 2 pages. Okay, and we fold those 2 pages in half. We have, again, the front cover, then 2 and 3, just like this, just like it's listed over here. Okay, except the front and back cover are together, and these would be printed in spreads. So this is what it would look like. Front cover, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, and then the back cover. And I want you to number your pages like this and play with this so get an idea of what it is that you're doing. Okay, then we'll come over here in InDesign, and we can see that we have F for front cover, then B for back cover. Okay, and then we also have page 2 and 3, and it's just a mock-up, same thing as this, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. All right, so you will have had your spreads are already done for 2 and 3. You'll just place these in here in InDesign, in a template, right? 4 and 5, 6 and 7. All right, if you're going to do the front and back cover separately, you will place your front cover accordingly here, and your back cover accordingly here. Okay, then what you'll do is you'll say, this is, again, if you want to print your booklets, which I highly recommend you print your booklets. I've been working very hard on them. Might as well print them out and photograph them for your final student portfolio. I don't mean for this class. If you want to photograph them for this class, that's fantastic. But when the time comes to show this work in your portfolio, a wonderful way to do it is to photograph your work. So how do we print this? Okay, I'm in the InDesign. I'm going to come up to File. You can't see my window right now, but up here in the corner, you go File, and at the bottom, it says, at the very bottom of that drop-down window, it says Print Booklet. I want you to select Print Booklet, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and make sure To Up Saddle Stitch is selected. All right, then we'll go to the preview. And we can clearly see that there's our front cover with our back cover. Okay. And then here's spread 2 and 3. Why isn't 2 and a 3? It's not 2 and 3 because this is the way it's going to get printed. I want you to notice in your little booklet that when you open your folded pages to page 2 and 3 and take them apart, you'll see that page 2 is actually spread out with page 7. This is so when you assemble your book and fold the spreads and staple the middle, they're going to show up the way they're supposed to with the other half of the spread. Okay, next we have pages 6 and 3, as we can see. Here's page in my dummy. If I take my dummy apart and take a look at page 3, we can see it's spread with page 6. Okay, so that's how you would print your your booklets. Okay, now the question, now those of you paying attention, that question is going to be, well, what if I put a spread on the front and back cover? And that's a great question, and I have covered that. Let's go to my next demo over here, where what we have here is we have 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Your spreads would be done there. Now, let's say you wanted to do this for your front cover. And let me show you what I've done here, okay? I've just placed this piece here, and this is my spread, all right? Now, you'll have to play with this a little bit because, as you can see, what I've done is I've placed the spread, but I haven't placed it like this, okay? I've dragged the whole spread over like this, okay? And then what I've done is I've come over here to the back cover and I've dragged the whole spread over this way so that, as you can see, this isn't a page right here. This would be the second half. This would be this right here. Okay, so we're only showing print on one part of the page, but I've placed the file in the whole page, and I've placed it accordingly. Now, I want to show you what happens if these are placed correctly. Okay, and then we go to the same thing, file, print booklet. Okay, then we come up here and we say all pages, and we do that 2-up saddle stitch, and then we take a look at the preview. We can see that those don't line up in the preview, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust these back like this, okay? Let's bring that spread right back over here. Okay, now same thing, file, print booklet. This time I'm gonna take a look at the preview and now see how it lines up, okay? And that's how you would print your booklets, okay? That's how you would line those up to print your booklets. Now, saving these out as a PDF is a little different because if you see right now, I'm gonna go File, Export, and we're just gonna go, I'll just go Test 2. We'll say Adobe, okay, we'll replace that. We'll come down here and we're gonna print pages 1 and 8, right? Not all pages. We're just gonna print page 1 and 8 in a spread. And we're going to say 2-up facing, okay, and then I'm going to say export, and we can see it didn't work. These the lines don't connect, okay? So let's close that. Let's go back to the file, okay, and this is where it gets a little tricky. So now what I have to do is, if I just want to show my file, export the spread, now I'm going to have to take that and move it here. So as you can see, it's different exporting the spread than it is printing the spread. Move that over there. Okay, now I'm going to go File, Export for the spread. Okay. Pages 1 and 8, 2-up facing. I'm going to say Export. And now we can see as that worked. So you kind of have to play a little bit with the placement here of your file in the front and back cover. Okay, but that's how you would export the spread, and that is also how you would print the booklet when you're ready. Okay. What you might have to do printing your booklet is you could take it to Kinko's and have them print it as called duplex, and that's front and back. They'll know what to do. It's an 8-page booklet, and you want it printed duplex, meaning that each page has something printed on the back of it. Okay. Okay. So, and that's important. And if you want to print this at home, what you might have to do is go ahead and print the front and back cover, then print pages 2 and 3. Put that page in, turn it upside down in your printer, and then print the next spread on the back of it, okay? So that you have pages 2 and 7 on the back of the front and back cover, all right? Hope that makes sense, guys. I know it's a convoluted, this is more production than it is history, but I just want to make sure you guys have this under your belt for if you want to print your booklets, and definitely if you want to print a spread on your front and back cover and have it appear as a a continuous spread as opposed to having that separation in the middle. All right, I hope this makes sense, guys. If you have any questions about this process at all, please let me know, and I'll be glad to assist you in printing your booklets. Okay, didn't want to quite take 10 minutes, but unfortunately it is a little bit of a convoluted process. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, everyone.